gosh. Hey, girlfriends, how are you? We're going to, let's see if we can get this to work here. Okay. We are having a little conversation. Maybe we could just make it go right there. Okay. We're going to see if we can make this work.
Right on.
We are going live. We're testing this out. I don't know what we could call this, little car conversations. You know what? My dream and my desire is to have real conversations with real girlfriends. And I was telling Laurie, this is Laurie Thibert.
Hey. Hi, everyone.
And we're getting ready to be brave and walk the stairs. There's like 170 stairs. We're going to go walk it a few times and get some exercise and be brave.
Sounds good.
Yes. And so I wanted to have some brave conversations. Whoa. Let's see if we can make this work. Whoops, now Laurie's out of the picture.
I can come over.
Okay. Maybe if we lean it right against here.
This is the beautiful thing about life, is that it throws curveballs and you just keep going with the flow. I mean, that's the secret to everything, is the more that we cannot get hung up on things, and we just take it, run with it, and figure it out as we go.
Yeah, and then we can have some real conversations along the way about those things that go wrong, that are just crazy. And we have this mission called Celebrating 1 Million Women Being Brave, and it's about those brave moments. It's about the everyday brave. And so I wanted to bring Laurie and have a conversation because I really admire her. I've gotten to know her. She's one of our brave authors, and in the book Being Brave. And I love your story, but I admire how you live every day.
Thank you.
And you've been such an inspiration. Okay, and tears are going to come to my eye because girls, it's not easy. It's not easy, being a single woman in today's world.
No, it's not.
People almost expect you to go have somebody. And so people always ask me, well, are you dating? Are you doing this? And it's all well-intentioned, but I'm not there.
I completely understand. And, I find that people are constantly trying to fill in the gaps of my life if they don't understand it. Are you hetero? Are you cis? Are you LGBT? Are they all this? And the thing is that regardless of what my answer is, I am traditional cis. And the thing is, it doesn't matter what I am or I'm not. The gist of it is just because I don't have a partner and I'm living life, some people don't know how to handle that.
Oh.
And that's okay. And for me, it's I would love to have the right partner, and I think life isn't too important to. It's not about settling. It's about being in a relationship where we're not fully aligned and lifting each other up and bringing out the best of each other. And I would rather to be patient and find that person than being in a relationship just for the sake of it.
Bing!
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody? Oh, I don't have my I relate thing in the car, but if you relate to that, any of that, let us know, because there's a lot of women out there who are single. And this was not planned. This is not what I had planned for my life. And I am still trying to fill some of those gaps of how to walk forward in life and what I want that to look like. I'm not sure, and that's another thing people ask me, like, well, what do you want? You got to know what you want, and what you want, you get to go do. And I'm like, I don't know what that always looks like. I don't.
I completely relate.
And so then I feel kind of like, oh, am I supposed to know what I want and what it's supposed to look like? So my business life is great. I've got a lot of acquaintances. That is full. I've got a lot of stuff going on. It's sometimes those social hours that I have not filled that gap. And I like that the phrase that you used, because I'm not sure what I want in that gap, because I'm not somebody who I don't have like a circle of girlfriends that I go do stuff with all the time. I know lots of ladies. I know lots of people.
Yes, you do.
But I don't have those people that I feel that I can reach out to. And maybe they're there and I'm just not recognizing it. But I'm very impromptu, and I've just been used to doing things spur of the moment. I'm like, okay, there's a market. Oh, I think I'll go to the market. So I don't really think to call somebody up.
I relate to that as well.
And then I don't think of like, oh, who could I call? And it just doesn't come to my mind.
Or if it does come to mind, they may or may not be available.
Right.
So
right.
it's finding that balance between, am I reaching out? who am I reaching out to? Is it people that I relate to or not? I think one of the most beautiful things, though, about the place that we're in the world right now is that we've got so many options available. I think more than any other time in the world, when you really look at the accessibility that we have through the internet to find other groups, to find like interests, to find and explore what area of myself do I want to engage with right now. Is it something that's cooking? Is it something in nature? Is it something physical? There's so many different ways that social aspect can look like, and not being afraid to explore. Because that goes back to being brave, right? That's where we put our foot on the water and just say, okay, let me give this a shot. Whether someone else is available to join me or not, I'm going to explore this.
Okay, so I think I'm pretty brave in a lot of areas. I am not brave in that area to go explore new social things. I will admit it. That's an area probably of growth, because I think there's some fear there of some sort, or I don't know.
Well, it's
or maybe
always
it won't fit in or something.
I think it's always easier to do it with a wing person.
Yeah.
You know, you've got someone that you can rely on. You step out and explore and be brave, talking to someone that you don't know if you've got anything interesting or of common interests or not, and you've got your wing person that you can fall back to. The challenge is being able to put ourselves out there, especially for people who are introverted, being able to just give that person a chance to see you and to value, and for you or me, I'll speak for myself, for me to be able to explore, maybe everyone is interesting, everyone has a story, and if I can be open to just ask a couple questions, it could be talking about the weather, it could be talking about something they're wearing, or the topic of art, or whatever it is that we're around at that time, and then do a follow-up question as far as, you know, tying it to something else to say, hey, do you like this kind of art, or do you prefer this other kind of art? If it's about the weather, do you enjoy it when it's sunny like this, or living here in the Northwest, how do you feel when it rains all the time? And let them choose how they want to respond, and next thing you know, they've got something they can grab onto in the conversation, and it doesn't just die after that first question.
Yeah, and so one of the things I know with myself is that I like social with a purpose. I like fun with a purpose. I will just admit that. So it's got to have a purpose. Like today, we're doing the stairs. Okay, I have to admit, before I felt comfortable doing the stairs with anybody, I had to go do it by myself first to make sure I could do it, because I thought, can I even do it? I don't want to be embarrassed if I can't even go up halfway up the stairs. You know, what is that going to look like? And so I came and did it, and then you were so good. And it's like, Karen, you want to go do it? I'm like, okay, I can do it now. And then we invited Kelly, and so girls, if you want to do stairs, I'm open.
Well, and
we just walk them.
That's a perfect example, and being able to put your toe in the water and just test it out and see, what does this feel like for me? Oh, you know what? This is enjoyable enough. Let's do it again. And now we can reach out and find someone else to do it with.
Right. So when I think of just social, like gab time, I have to be with people that I know really well for me to feel comfortable, to be able to participate. I mean, I like to go deep. And so if it's just like some type of social group that just meets just for social reason only, that doesn't fill my cup.
What I have found in those kinds of situations, because I'm the same way, in terms of, I also very much, if I can have anything that there's a purpose, you know me. Yeah. If there's anything that it can have a purpose behind it, game on. And it's so much easier than, you know, the social talk that can be about anything and not necessarily anything of value. Well, I don't know if that's the actual words, but you understand what I'm saying.
I do understand, yes.
What I'm finding, though, is that when I'm in those other social engagements that may or may not be purpose related, that there's a myriad of topics that can be covered. And from there, I might find one or two or three people that have a common area of interest that I never knew about or never explored about them. There may be something that they're passionate about that they've never had the safe space to be able to explore and talk about. I'll give you a perfect example.
Yeah.
Back when so there were a couple things that I did several years ago. One was creating holidays. We did, it was called Seattle Giving Day, and we sponsored about 150 families over the holidays, providing all sorts of aspects. The other was doing the water wells over in Ghana, West Africa. And then I got a call from a friend who said, I've been seeing what you've been doing and what you've been talking about. And we had seen each other in all these other social situations. And I never knew that he actually had a nonprofit that was doing incredible things in the world.
Wow.
And he called and wanted to connect with me because he had overheard some conversations and such that I'd had.
Okay.
And we have had an incredible relationship over the last 20 years because, like we were just talking about, because something came from those social situations that gave a container. And he said to me, he's like, Laurie, there's no one else in my realm that I can really have these in-depth conversations with because they just don't get it.
Oh.
So not to discount those social opportunities,
Right,
but
right.
just to be open to exploring that and then finding the nuggets.
Yeah.
And then there's the other option is being able to look, whether it's online or people that you know in some of those areas that you do have the passion around, and finding other social settings where you can go and tap into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
okay, a couple key takeaways for me in this conversation. One, not to be afraid to go be a part of different social groups and to test that out, but be looking and be curious about the nuggets.
absolutely.
And I think that's where I was so focused on me versus them and finding those common threads, or I was going in there with a purpose, like, oh, who might want to come to our events? You know, I was going there with a particular agenda. And maybe it was the wrong agenda for that particular group or whatever. So yeah, that's
Just
interesting.
Being
Yeah.
outward focused. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, absolutely.
I think there's two other things that would be helpful for us to touch on in this conversation. One of them is, I think, very important, and that is our world needs more love right now. And the more ways that we can show up, whether we're single or in a relationship, just to be outward focused of giving love in the world, and then love comes back to us. It doesn't necessarily need to be in the form of a romantic partner. It's just being that expression in the world gives the opportunity for us to receive that connection in other ways that it comes. And then the second area is learning how to love ourselves. Because often we want to be in partnership with someone else, whether it's romantic, whether it's best friend, whether it's familial situations where we're giving and receiving love. If I can learn, and this is one of the big things that has helped me to feel more fulfilled within. So if I find my life partner, great. If I don't, that's okay too. Is that learning how to love myself.
And I think what resonates with me, because that does not always resonate with me, because I will say that when people talk about love yourself, I had to find the right words that fit me. And you just said something, to feel more fulfilled within. And for me, one of the words that has resonated more with me is honor.
We were talking
Honor
about
who
that.
I am. For some reason, that just like, it just takes, you know, everything within me, and whether it's acceptance or love or whatever, it just kind of puts it into this all little package, if you will, with a little bow.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. For me, when I was first learning that concept, I didn't really resonate with it because I had never really done it before. And then I started focusing on becoming my own best friend.
Oh, yeah.
And when I learned how to become my own best friend,
that might actually be a great, I like that term.
yeah,
Becoming your own best friend.
because then whether I have someone else to come with me or not, I have my own best friend with me. And I'm just going to make it fun, whatever we can do.
Absolutely.
So.
I do. That's why, and I go bike riding, and I'm sitting there, and I realize people are going past me, and they're smiling, and I'm like, oh, isn't everybody so friendly today? And I'm realizing it's because I'm smiling.
They're responding to you.
I'm responding. I'm sitting there on my little bike, zipping along.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but I'm being my own best friend.
Yes, you are.
I love that.
I appreciate our friendships. I appreciate all the different things we get to explore, and I really appreciated our conversation today.
Yeah, and ladies, I want real conversations, like you're going to sit with your girlfriend in the car and chit chat and to talk about the things that are important to us. So I'm going to invite you ladies to come and have a conversation too, and we'll see about what topic we're going to be talking about with you, things that are important to you, things that maybe you're going through. And our current theme is talking about navigating change, navigating transitions, and that's another topic we can talk on another time, because big ones. There's just so much to talk about, and I'm so glad that you brought up relationships and how we can be in relationship with people, because we are developing a publication called Celebrating Being Everyday Brave, and our next issue will be about relationships. And so I'm really excited to see what little tidbits our girlfriends can bring to us and help us take that next brave step in everything that we do in everyday life.
Beautiful. So thanks for all you do, Karen.
Right. Okay, wish us luck. We're going to go do the stairs now. We'll report back afterwards.
Bye.